let's go over the differences between some letters that tend to get mixed up in Arabic. The first two are ta and ta. Ta would be like the American T, although you want to make sure you don't let out any air. In English, it's fine. T, 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 no problem. But with that, you have to tighten up the gap between the tip of your tongue and the back of your teeth, which is how we make a t sound. So if I'm kind of loosey-goosey about that point between the tongue and the teeth, I'm going to let out some air, kind of accidentally. I'm going to say t, t, t. But if I'm serious about it and I pay attention, I'm going to press up my tongue against my teeth very tightly, and I'm going to prevent any air coming out. That thought is made by pressing up even more tightly against my teeth with my tongue, thought, holding it for a second, really allowing the air to fill up in my mouth and then bursting off of my teeth. So it's, see, I'm going to hold it for a second, let the air fill up my mouth, thought, and then press off. You're going to have, there are some letters in Arabic, thought and qaf, wad, that they kind of, they burst off with a popping sound. And that's by pushing off very hard with your tongue against whatever surface that they're pressing against, whether it be the side of the teeth or the back of the teeth. If you think of a swimmer kind of pushing off of the wall to go in the opposite direction, it's kind of like that. They're swimming, 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 push off, turn around, and go off in the other direction. That's that kind of burst, that pop that you're going to hear. Thought, thought. I'm going to hold it for a second, let my mouth fill up with air, and then burst off. Okay. Ha and ha. That happens so often, so often. So, for example, when we're reading Quran and we come across the first thing, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Ha, Bismillahi Ar-Rahmanir Rahim. Bismillahi is a ha, Ar-Rahmani, ha, Ar-Rahim, another ha. That second ha, Ar-Rahim, so often I hear it's being pronounced Ar-Rahim. Nope, the word is Ar-Rahim. It's a ha. Please pay attention to that. That's one of Allah's names. Let's get it right. Kha, we don't have in English. Kha. It is just muscle. You will get it, inshallah, you will get it, God willing. Just keep practicing. It's just muscle. Relax. All of us had to practice. Dal and dod. Dal, dadidu. It's a D. No problem. Dod, however, you're going to see, I kind of do something funny with my mouth. I kind of screw up. Just like with that thought. This is a letter where you're going to let your mouth fill up with air just for a second before you open up your mouth and let the letter burst out. That's going to give you this full mouth sound. Lod, 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 lod. Side of my tongue is going to be hitting the inside of my molars, the front molars there. Lod, lod, lod. Or kind of hitting the side of your canines and the back of your front molars there. Lod, lod. Arabic is a unique language. It's called Lughatul Dad. Apparently, it's the only language in the world that has that letter. I don't know. That's what I've been taught. So it's a very special letter. Let's pay attention to it. Vel. We have fa, vel, and va. Fa is like thank you. Vel is like that's. And va is like although. So an English sentence that would illustrate the difference would be something like, um, thank you so much. That was so nice of you, although you really didn't need to. Although, but. Okay. What else do we have? Zay and Zay is sometimes called Zayn, so you'll hear me saying that either way. Zay and Vot often get mixed up, although they are not the same letter at all. They don't even look alike. But it's easier to say with the Vot, it's easier to say a Zay sound. That's okay if we're just speaking, just everyday language or just standing around talking to each other. But if you really want to get the letter right when you're reading, especially if you're reading Quran, you want to get that letter right. Vot is a vot, it's not a zay. So everyday life we say the word hafiz. Someone's a hafiz. Oh wow, they're hafiz, mashallah. It's great. But in the Quran, the word is, for example, wahafizu, zu. It's not wahafizu. It doesn't. In the whole of the Quran, in the way that most of us read, the qira'ah that we all read, most of us, there is not one time that you should be saying the sound za, za. There is no such thing. We have a za sound. We have a the sound. We have a the sound, but we don't have a za. No such thing. Okay. Sin and sod. Just like with the dad, you're gonna see I kind of Sin is like Sally, Sassy Sue, no problem. Sod, if you've ever heard, there are some people who have what's called a kind of a speech impediment. In English, it's called a sibilant S. So someone might say something like, sorry, I didn't see you there. So that kind of whistle sound is actually intentional and it's good, it's right, with the sod. Sod, saw, see, su, saw, see, su, saw. Dod, we went over. What? Ain, ah. It's not I know it's a challenge because we don't have that in English. Just try to pay attention to it and really practice and have faith that, inshallah, you will get that letter. You will get that letter. You will get it. It's just muscle. Ah, 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 ah. You're going to have to go probably deeper than you're used to saying. That that hamza sound, is kind of it's also coming from the throat, but it's the top of the throat. The is deeper. See if you can get somebody who can hear you live and practice once in a while. Just go, hey, can you just listen to my ayn? Do I have it yet? No? Okay, I'll keep practicing. I'll check back with you later. And you'll get it. Just keep practicing. Ghain is similar, I've been told, to French R. I could not get that letter for a long time. And again, it's just muscle. Just keep practicing. Fa, qaf and kaf. They come out of a very similar place. We have the tongue, we have the tip of the tongue, middle of the tongue, and the back of the tongue. The very end. If you think of your mouth and your throat as kind of a river and a waterfall, you can think of the place where the qaf and the kaf come out of as kind of the cliff before the waterfall. So you have uh, the kef is not as far back, not as close to the waterfall as the qaf. So it's farther back. The qaf is farther back in your mouth, just before it becomes the throat. So you're gonna take that very edge, that line, that very edge of the back of your tongue, and press as hard as you can against the part of the back of your mouth, that back roof of your mouth, before the hangy ball doodly thing, the uvula. So you're gonna say, oh. Again, you're gonna press hard, wait a second, let the air fill up your mouth a little bit, cough, and you're gonna push off like that swimmer on the wall. Cough, cough. I couldn't get this one for a long time either, and my teacher used to have me repeatedly say, and I just burst out into laughing because I sounded like a crow. That's okay, sound like a crow. You'll get it eventually. That's it. That's all. Those are all the letters that tend to get mixed up. I know this is a long video, but there's a lot to cover. And this way you'll get to hear these corrections over and over again if you need to. Please just practice and have faith. I have heard Japanese sisters, Japanese people, Scottish people, German people, of course, Pakistani, Arab, Indian, Bangladeshi, Malaysian, everybody can say these letters. Everybody can say them. It's just muscle. We are all, if someone genuinely has an impediment, okay, that's all right. We'll be forgiven. But we just have to try our best. You'll hear students all around the world practice on microbuses, on subways, in the street, as they're washing dishes, waiting online. They'll practice those letters. I'm not kidding. You're going to see people, they look like they're talking to themselves. That's okay. Practice your letters. As you're driving, as you're sauteing onions, just qaf, qaf, gha, kha, dal, dha, sad, dad. Just stand there and practice. And your kids are going to admire you because you're going to get those letters and then they're going to see, oh, this is worth practicing because, my parents are practicing. That's pretty cool. Okay, so I hope that helps. Sorry for the very long video. And keep practicing. Please keep practicing and have faith that you will get this, inshallah.